Be working on a totally new lesson. I am going to be lasting about two different footwear today. One is a slippers, the other one is a sandal. So I need you to sit with me as we go on this journey. If you are actually joining me live, please let me know where you're watching me from, and of course I will be glad to actually answer your questions as we last together. So I have this particular design that I'm working on. Of course, like I said, we're going to be going, it's going to be two different designs. And I'm going to try as much as possible to see how I can simplify it. So before I proceed, let me see if I can actually share this on my status for those who might want to actually join me. Let me try to actually share this. So I need you to let me know wherever you are here, joining me from. Please let me know if you can hear me, because that's also very important. I don't want to talk while you cannot hear me. It's really important. I'm just trying to, invite more people for the session. So please be patient with me. Okay. So let's quickly go. Now I'm going to be using, of course, a wooden shoe last for this. If you do not have a wooden shoe last, you can actually use your feet for this design. It's one of the simple designs that you can actually use your feet for. So if you're going to be using your feet, this is the technique you should apply. This is the technique you should apply. Just take the measurements, just take the basic measurements for the design, for your, what did they call it, your tongue. The slippers has a tongue. You can see I'm already through with all of that. These are things I've already taught on this channel, and I want to quickly show us how you can actually last them. We're going to be lasting two, like I said, and this is going to be the first one. So if you are using your foot, probably you don't know where to punch when you want to create something like this at the comfort of your home. Now all you need to do is to place your meter rule at the highest point here, at the highest point. Place your meter rule and then make sure you measure like 5 centimeter. That's what you have to do, like 5 centimeter. Be careful. I'm actually using my pen on it because I'm going to be punching it. If you are not punching yours, please don't use your pen. Just try to mark that point out. And then on this particular side, now if you look at this, you find out that this is actually the left leg. I am not taking measurement towards the outer part of the foot, which is this is the outer part, but my measurement is towards the big toe part. So don't go and measure 5 from here, and when you are through, you will now begin to measure, you understand, the measurement from the outer part, which is not where the toe will be. So it's important that you are placing it where your toe is. It's very important. All right, so please let me know where you're watching me from, and let me know if you are seeing my channel for the first time. What we do here is we literally make shoemaking easy for you. We want to actually ignite your passion for creativity. We want to help you to know that you can create new stream of income, of course, by creating this footwear. You can even reduce your family expenses on footwear just by joining our community and learning daily. So from here, I'm going to be measuring 3.5 centimeters. So from here, now always make sure that your measurement, the part you are measuring is the part that has the big toe. So don't make that mistake of not measuring the part that has the big toe and be measuring the other side. I have seen a lot of students make that mistake. So this part is 5, and this particular part is actually 3.5 centimeter. Now if you look at this is actually 3.5, and then my 5 is around here. So you want to make sure that they correspond, and this is 5. Now I need to really beg you, when it comes to you using pen, you can decide to use a leather marker or an erasable pen. Please, if you are using pen like this, you need to be very careful, or else you find out that your whole insole is filled with different kind of color. So now that I've measured 5 from here and then to 3.5 here, which will give me the position of my tongue. So many people have asked me these questions. Madam, okay, if you say this is going to be the measurement, is this applicable to both children and adults? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say no. I'm going to say yes because some children actually wear adult sizes. So it's applicable to those who wear sizes from, let's say, size 36 to, of course, size 45. I can categorically say that it will work for them. Now, there are some people who actually have a very wide toe. I mean, this big toe on their foot is very big. You understand? So when you are creating for such people, and that's the reason I always encourage that you see the feet of whoever you are making footwear for. When you can see their foot, it's very easy for you to tell yourself, okay, this is what I should take cognizance of. If you are creating like a mass production, you can do what you like. But if you are being particular about a person, you don't want to play with that. So this particular part of their foot, let's say you are creating for somebody who has a very wide toe and also a long toe. Some people has their toe to be wide, like the width is wide and the length is also very long. While some people's toe is short and it's not really wide. Some people's toe are short and then wide. Some people's own are long but not wide. Now, let me explain the two sides. If their toe is actually long, you want to consider such people. I have people who wear size 42 but have a very long toe. If you take their own measurements and you use 5, you will find out that when they wear it, their toe will be outside, like I mean seriously. I've seen people like that. Their toe will be literally out of the footwear. Now, in such occasion, what do? What you should do is add about 1 centimeter to their measurement here and add about 0.5 centimeter to their measurement here. So it means this side will be instead of 3.5 here, it will be 4 here, whereas this side will be 6 centimeter. Now, if you are going to be doing that, it means it will automatically affect the full length of your footwear. I need you to know that, because if you create a footwear, on the average, the measurement here is supposed to be 5. If you are going to be using 6, you have to make sure that the length of the insole is also increased. Please feel free to ask me questions if you don't understand what I'm trying to explain. These are really, 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 things that affect the size of the footwear you create. Sometimes you just create like that and you find out that what you created is not sizing the customer after they have bought it. Especially when it has tongue or it has a ring. Ring is those ones that comes like this. Let me show us for the benefit of those who have not made footwear before. Ring is the one that comes, it's always like this by the side. This is the ones we call ring. The one we call tongue is those ones that will go in between the toe. Like it goes in between. This one is a tongue. You understand? On this design is a tongue. It will go tongue as in THONG. THONG. That is the tongue. That is the spelling of that tongue. Not tongue as in our taste board. No, not the one we use for tasting things. So, like as long as it's going to be having this or a ring here, you want to always consider their foot length. So, by the time now, for example, this size is size 40. If I want to create a footwear for somebody who is actually wearing, let's say size 40, for example, but has a very long toe, I want to ensure that if it is a design that has this kind of tongue or is a ring style, I want to ensure that I don't pick 40 for them, I pick 41. I am telling you, that's why sometimes you see people wear all those kind of slippers and their foot is showing outside. Some people don't mind. Some customer will tell you no, they don't want it. How can they wear footwear and it will be looking like their foot is outside? Whereas some people just collect it and encourage you and go with it. But I want to tell you that's one of the reasons we always have those kind of look on people's foot when they wear slippers with tongue or slippers with ring. You understand? So I hope with all of this you understand what I'm trying to say. So if you are cutting out the outer sole, for example, let's say you are using a Nora sheet or a PVC material, that's what you are using. All you need to do is, instead of, let's say the person is wearing 44, please, if you want to cut it out, before you cut it, I'm going to suggest that you had like 1 centimeter extra to the length, so that by the time you had to the length, I mean when you are cutting out the sole, if you are the one cutting out the sole, when you are buying an already made sole, you may not be able to alter for somebody wearing 45 in case you can't find their size 46. Please, what I'm explaining is applicable to both male and female. Nobody is telling me, please can you hear me? I need to know whether you can hear me. I don't just want to be talking and find out that nobody is hearing what I'm trying to say. Please, somebody please do me that favor. Let me know. Just comment, I can hear you. Just do me that favor, please. I wouldn't want to talk for over an hour and find out that no one hears what I'm saying. So please, if you are here with me, I just want you to let me know that you are here and you can hear me. Thank you. God bless you as you do that. Please, I'm waiting. So you may not be able to get size 46 if you are using an already made sole, maybe an already made sole like this. You understand? You may not be able to get size 46 for somebody who is wearing 45. Now this is for female, it's not for male. Now I cannot get size 42 of this design, for example, and I want to make a footwear for somebody who is wearing size 41. Okay, I think somebody is already answering. Okay, you can hear me. God bless you. Thank you for letting me know. I think that's really very important. All right. So, and now, like what we have right here now is size 39. Let's say it's size 42 or 41, and the person is wearing size 42, for example. I may not be able, I can't get 42 of this size. They are not readily available sizes that you can get in 42. You understand? So if I'm going to be using this kind of a ready-made sole for the person like that, see, the truth is that the slippers, the person wearing 42, if I'm going to be using 42 exactly, let's say I got 42, their leg will be outside when they are wearing the slippers. Yes. You understand? And some of those things you want to discuss with your customer and be sure they don't mind before you go ahead and do it. Or else, cut sole for them. Like get a Nora sheet, get a rubber sheet, get a veg tan and use it to cut out their outer sole depending on what they pay you. Because if you are going to be using a veg tan, definitely you should be ready for it. I remember the last time I went to the market and I was asking for the price of a veg tan sole, like a leather sole. It was 6,000 naira per pair. Like the sole, and then you have not treated it, you have not done anything to it, you have not finished it. That one is part of it. You have not even calculated what you are going to have as the top heel for the person when you are using a leather sole. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you want to consider their price before choosing the kind of material you want to use for them. So like I said, you may not be able to get. If you have to use, please note that their leg will be outside. However, you can cut an outer sole and increase it by 1 centimeter before you continue. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So this is for somebody that is wearing size 42. She does not have a long toe. She does not have a wide toe. So I can easily use my 40, my 5 centimeter by 3.5 centimeter for the person by this side. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Please, I need your feedback. Let me know you understand what I'm trying to. At least you are online with me. You are watching. Please, just make sure you respond to me and let me know you understand what I'm trying to say. I think that's the advantage you have if you are joining me live. You can ask me questions and then you have the privilege of actually enjoying me answering that question. Because if you come to my inbox, I will not answer you except you are my student. Yes, except you are my student, like my paid students. Yes, that's why I have YouTube like these sessions just to teach us. So if you do not join me live, talk. There's no way you can actually receive questions being answered. So I'm going to be punching it now. I'm going to be using my punch to punch it. You can actually use this. They sell this readily. You can have them in different, sizes. We have 1 millimeter, you have 2 millimeter, you have 1.5 to 0.5, and then they also get spoiled. All these ones are already spoiled. They are not going to be able to do what I want for me. I don't know why this is shaking. I need it to be okay. So these ones are not okay. I'm going to get the one that is okay. Yes, I think this is better. This is still round and perfectly okay. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. For those of us who are actually commenting, so if you have this, you can easily use it to punch, or you actually get a punch plier. You can use this. I think this is about is it 8,000 naira plus some other ones that are used to actually create when you want to create use grommets, highlights, but ordinary this one now I think it's about 8,000 or so, if I'm not making mistake, although there are some other ones that is about 3,000. But I found out that all of them, they are not very sharp. Those ones that are a bit expensive seems to be very sharp. I don't know whether there's anything attached to it, but you can get this. It will efficiently work. Please, somebody, please get me board. I want to punch. Please let me get one. So I'm going to be punching now. I want to use this because somebody might say, we don't know what you are using, or we have not used this before, we don't even know what it looks like. So just tell them you want a holo punch. So, and we're going to be punch hammer. So that is the first thing. I have opened that up. Now what you do is place this side, place this one together this way, and then try to pick the other side of it. So I'm going to try to align it and then pick the other side. Can you see it? I'm just going to also punch that. So you can see what we have right here. So for this, we are going to be using this toe guard. I'm sure you can see what I have here. Let me remove this so that you can easily see what I'm up to. We're going to be using this as our toe guard. This is just to protect, you know, discomfort. This is a toe guard. You just want to use it to protect the feet from being, feeling discomforting when you are inserting this. So I'm going to put this. No, I don't need it like this. So I'm going to pull it out and make sure I fold it in such a way that it doesn't go that way again. So I'm going to keep checking it. I don't want it to fold the other way around. I don't want it to fold that way. So you can see me trying to adjust it there. Please, if you have any question, go ahead and ask me. So from this, I'm going to still pull. So they sell this in yard. I can't remember how much it's been sold. I can't remember now. But I know they sell it in yard. So let's insert this. So I'm going to, I know that someone will say, will this thing pass through this? Yes. Most times if you make it too wide, I can categorically say that it's going to, sometimes eventually become too wide. So with what I have right here, I'm just going to pull it in and it will fit, perfectly well. Perfectly well. Please, I think I have. Thank you all. I'm just trying to see your charts. So, I'm actually using my phone. So I just have to also try and see if I can see the charts without still altering the process. So you can see the way I just inserted it into it. So this is your first point. This is the first part you want to consider if you are using your foot to last this. Probably you don't have a shoe last and you want to do this. This is the first thing you want to measure, this part. As long as you've gotten this part, just insert your foot, like put your leg inside it. Check it properly and be sure that at least it's at the appropriate place. Please let me pick that. So you want to put your foot and make sure that it's not disturbing this part of your leg. You want to make sure that you don't allow it to disturb that part. You can see now, if I pull it out more, it will be staying here. It's not supposed to be staying there. It's supposed to be around here. Can you see? It's supposed to be around there. So I'm going to pull this one again, like pull it out. I'm going to pull it out. Then place it. So you can see that I didn't do it like this. I didn't do it like this. If you want it to look like this, it's another style on its own. You can see it's still going to be looking very okay. There's nothing wrong with it. However, you can actually also let it go backward, like it's moving, like it's going towards the back. So now if you look at this, you find out that my shoe last is almost outside. So if you want to use, a wider part, of this shoe last to actually last this and make it a bit bigger than the original size here. Now, one of those things that I did for this particular person is I measured her instep girth. So this part all around is actually the instep girth. This part all around, like you measure this way. Like you measure this full part of the foot is actually the instep girth. So let's say we have almost 9¾ it's almost 9¾ let me see what that is in centimeter. So it's about 24.5 centimeter. That is the instep of the person. that is the instep of this particular shoulder. So you want to also measure the person's instep. If they are not close to you, please teach them how to measure. That is what I'm going to say. If you want to enjoy your shoemaking process, teach them, teach your customers how to measure their foot, especially if you are working with people that are far. You are free to think it is unprofessional, but I think I still do that. I don't even think I do that. So I still do that. So please feel free if you want to also follow the same suit. So I measured, in short, I showed them how to do it, because this is actually going to Lagos. I am actually right here in Abuja. So I want you to know that I don't have to, there won't be any form of mistake. And now see my shoe last. Can you see where it's drifting to instead of being at the center? You want to also be careful of that. You don't want to position your shoe last like this, because if you do that, it will be showing. When the person is wearing it, that's how their leg will be drifting towards this side. So you want to make sure your shoe last is always at the middle. I know this is a reminder for those who have been following my YouTube videos, and if you are watching me for the first time, I think I would like to welcome you specially to this live session. My name is Tilo Durole Mojibola, and I am still your shoemaking made easy tutor. So if you want to create new stream of income, I'll tell you, you are in the right place. If you want to reduce your family expenses on footwear, you are at the right place. If you love to empower people in your community, I want to bet it, you are still at the right place. You want to ignite your passion for creativity? Yes, we are here to actually make that happen for you. So you can let me know in the comment section if you are just seeing my channel for the first time. Like, madam, I'm just seeing you for the first time. I be you this gay. I'm just seeing you for the first time. Let me speak broken. I just dey see you today. I never see you before. All right. So with this now, I can actually pick a position for my slippers, like book or position. And another thing that I really want us to pay attention to is this. If you look at the position of this, you find out that this side is longer than this particular side. Like from here to here is longer than from here to here. It's longer. Yeah, I can categorically say that. What it means is that this part is going to be for this right leg, because this side from here to here is longer than from here to here. So when you want to position this strap to when you are creating your design, please don't go and put it at the center. If you put it at the center, it means you have enough length to cover the two sides of your leg. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like you have enough to cover up. If you don't have enough, please don't. Make sure that you check it, and then one side is a bit longer than the other one, ensuring that it's covering. You see now, what I actually cut out here is covering the two sides. Is covering the two sides, but originally you will find out that this side is longer. This side is longer than this side. So it means I put the wrong one on the right leg. So what are we going to do? We are definitely going to change it and put it on the right leg. That's what it means. So I'm going to change it again. So I love to always fold this before I place it inside it. I love to fold it this way and systematically push it in. Then begin to pull. And also I want to hold it right here so that it doesn't fold to the other side, because I don't want it folding, this other way. So you can adjust this to wherever you like. So I think I'm going to be using another shoe last here. No? Am I carrying the right shoe last? This is looking very big. This is actually size 41 shoe last, and it looks masculine. Is that not it? So many times I find out that the available wooden shoe last here in Nigeria are mostly looking masculine, and people always ask me, can I use size 42 that is for men to last for women? Yes, you can. This is actually size 40, and if you look at it, you find out that it's wide, it's looking more masculine than feminine, but you can actually use it to last, what did they call it? You can use it to last for girls too, for women generally. Yes, and it will work. Like what I have here, when I'm creating footwear for women that has a very wide fit and they are wearing size 40, I use this particular one for them, with respect to, their instep and ball girds. But I ensure that at least you allow it to stay perfectly well. When I mean perfectly well, I mean perfectly well. So let's say I'm using this So I'm going to hold it down here. Now for this back part, I also try to always want to tell us not to forget that anytime you are positioning the back, make sure this side. Now this is the inner part of the design of the shoe. This is my left leg. This inner part, make sure that it does not come down like this. And then the outer part where you see like this outer part should not now be up. Except the design is like that. But if design is not like that, at every point in time, they should be at the same spot. Like two of them should be at the same spot here. Or this can slightly come down while this goes up. It's possible for this one should be up, but this side should never be up while this should be down. Now, if you're wearing this kind of slippers now, the weight of your foot, for example, is solely on this side. The weight of your foot is solely here. So if you now go and position and put this one, you put this one here, you put this one here, you now put this one here, how comfortable will that person be when the person is wearing it? So you want to really pay attention to that aspect whenever you are actually trying to last your footwear. Don't forget, we are trying to look at how to last to fit and how to last perfectly well. Like I said, this is the first one. I'm still going to show us how to last another sandal. Today is going to be just about lasting. Yeah, I think it's been a while I taught on lasting on my channel, so I felt I should do this today. And please, like I said, if you have any question, please ask me. I will try as much as possible to check our questions. As much as I can, I will try. So let me see if I have any question. Wow, I have a first timer. Wow. I think I need to give you a hug from here. So please, I am sending you plenty hug. Please, if you are alive with me, can you please send her plenty hug? Is it her or him? I need to know, is it her or him? Hey, I cannot even see it. I can't even see it. But thank you. I love you. I hope you know I love you. Don't be afraid. I'm married. I have 4 children. So if I tell you I love you with the love of God and nothing more. Before somebody will be wondering, this woman that is saying he loves somebody online, I beg you. God did not stop us from loving people. I love you. I mean, I love you with the love of God. All right, so you can see what this really looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and try to hold it down. I'm going to hold it down. I will just use my glue to hold this down and then do the same thing here. So I want to hold it down. I want to hold this down. So you can see what I have. You can see what I have. So this same thing is what I'm going to do at the back right here. You can actually reduce this. So I'm actually using my shoe glue to do that. I just want it to be fast. That's just the reason for that and nothing more. Can you see what I'm trying to show us? Now, if you look at this point, you find out that they are almost at the same spot. Now, look at it this way. It's a bit slant, like this one came down. So what I'm explaining is don't let this one be inside, like around here. And this one will now be out here. That's what I'm trying to explain to us. Now, we are not through with this design. The design came with specialty. It became with specialty. The person wanted to be a slipper, so there is another one on top of this. There's another one on top of it. Now, the one on top of it is actually going to stay this way. I'm not going to be stitching it, but it's going to be on it this way. So if it's going to be on it this way, there is a buckle attached to it. There's a buckle, like a buckle accessory attached to it. Just for fancy sake, like you want to just add to the beauty. Yes, thank you. Thank you for those who are already helping me to send the person hug. Thank you. So now look at this side. I'm going to be placing the buckle. It's just going to be like an accessory there. So I just want to use this to know where exactly to place my buckle. Where exactly to place my buckle. Now you can see this. So you want to know where to place it. Not too far away, of course, from... You can even put it down. Now, if you are using your feet to do all of this, see, just relax and enjoy yourself. There is nobody that's actually pushing us to do what we don't want to do. So put it on your leg and check, okay, where do I want it to be? Okay, I think it's fine here. Even if you put it here, nobody will beat you. If you put it here, nobody will beat you. In short, if you put it here, nobody will stop you from actually doing that. You understand? So We are just trying as much as possible to maximize what we have. So now it's supposed to actually be like this. You can see. So I want to use this to know exactly where to position it. So what I'm going to do is this. I want to ensure I have enough here, and also ensure I have enough on this side. So when I have been able to accomplish that okay, I have enough here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to hold it down here, make sure I centralize it and hold it down. Then come to this part and insert this buckle. I'm just inserting the buckle just to know where to exactly punch for where I want it to be. So let's say I want it here, I want it around here. The buckle is supposed to go into this part. So I just wanted to pick where the buckle should be in. You can actually pick it that particular way. Let me use my punch plier this time around to just punch that part. You can see it here. Okay, now this is it. So you want to punch it. You see what I just punched? I'm going to try to punch twice. So just to ensure that there is a free movement there without any form of obstruction. So let me put it for us to see. So you can see what I have here. So can you see what I have right here? So I'm just going to put it back inside it, and it's going to stay right here. Can you see what it looks like? Can you see what it looks like? So before I go ahead and finish this up, I'm going to pick up the second strap and also ensure that I punch that same part on the second strap. I hope you understand. That will ensure that the two of them will be at the same spot. That is to ensure that the two of them are what? At the same spot. So I'm just going to also punch that one. Don't forget that this one is going to be on this side because it's going to be on the right leg. So I'm still going to insert that, but let's just quickly do this. So with this, hola! No, I've not finished. So make sure that this sleeps properly well like this, and it stays at the middle. Let it be at the middle. I don't understand. Holiday will soon be over. Can you please move back? Sorry for that. I'm trying to stop them from invading into my live session. So you can see this. I'm also going to put that and hold it down right there. So can you see something? Isn't this beautiful and gorgeous? So that is literally what it's going to look like. All I need to do is to, clean up all this. I'm going to still try to, what did they call it? Trim off all of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and bottom. Okay, where's the second leg? Let me check and look out for the outer sole. No, this is not the outer sole for this. So I think I cut an outer sole. Yes, I cut an outer sole for this. This is actually a cutout sole. This is actually a cutout sole for it. I'm sure you can see this. Yes, I cut out a sole for it. You can see what it looks like. You can see what it looks like. So what I'm just going to do now, since I have already punched this side previously for the other leg, I'm going to place this right, on top here, just to position these parts too, so that the two sides will be in alignment with themselves. So you want to pick it so that by the time you want to last the next one, it will be at the same spot. Make sure that these align with themselves. This should always align. If you're watching me for the first time, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Tilo Durule Muchbola, and I am your shoemaking made easy tutor. So if you're looking out for a new stream of income, trust me, you are in the right community. If you want to definitely reduce your family expenses on footwear, I can guarantee you're on the right channel, because we don't just make female footwear, we make both adult and children. Wow, I love children footwear. Come on, come on. So it's just going to be the same process for the second leg. So I just want us to go to the sandal. I told us I'm going to be teaching us how to create two different things, and of course this is going to be the first one. All I'm going to do is just to duplicate what I've done already on this on the second leg, and hula, we are good to go. Now for those of us who might be wondering, so how do you bottom and it comes out neatly? Don't worry, let's first of all last today. So we will agree together if you want me to show us tomorrow how I'm going to be bottoming it. You understand? Or we should just majorly focus on lasting first before we think bottoming. So I believe this is quite beautiful. All I need to do after bottoming is to just, brand it, and then if you have a tag, just tag it, and then your footwear is good to go. So let's go to the second footwear. Let's go to the second one. So for this second one is actually a sandal. Yes, it's a sandal. It's a sandal. Please let me quickly check something. I will be back. Okay, I think I'm seeing a particular question I would love to respond to, but I need to really check and know. Okay, let me try to check. Give me some time before we move to the next one so that I can, answer. Oh, you love the already made sew. Okay. That already made sew is actually 1,500 naira. So. Okay, somebody is asking me if it's a size 7 shoe, what difference will be for the size 10 for the instep of individual feet, the length. Now I need you to know that when it comes to sizes, what majorly differentiates each of the sizes is still the length. So when you say size 7, for example, we have UK size 7, we have US size 7. So you want to first of all know, for us in Nigeria, we use European sizes. So I may not be able to specifically tell you that this is the difference in the instep for other sizes. Now, these are bespoke footwears. Every size is differ. Everybody's leg differ. In short, I know people who wear, I don't know why the saying my orientation is not okay. I know people who wears what do they call it? I know people who wears size 40, like the length is 40. Why their instep? Sorry, they wear size 38. I mean the length. They wear size 38. Their length is size 38. Whereas their instep is for those people who wear size 40. So I cannot specifically say that, oh, if somebody is wearing size 10, okay, what's going to be the difference between somebody wearing size 7 and size 10 instep? There are no categorically specific sizes like that. I can say that because I am not mass producing. If you are mass producing, you can decide and say the instep of every footwear that comes from my production, from our mass production, is so size, which means you are paying attention to those people with a wide feet or extra wide feet or averagely normal feet or people with slim feet. So I am not going to say that, okay, if you are considering another size, is going to be this for the instep. No, even the instep I just measured now, it's not applicable to everybody wearing 40. Some people who are wearing 40 has a wider instep, while some people have excessively slim instep. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question, Famous. I hope I've been able to answer your question. So let's delve into the second one. Now, this one also has a ring toe. No, it doesn't have a ring toe. It has what do they call it? It looks more like a ring toe, but it's not particularly a ring toe. But let's just go through the process. It's still going to be the same thing, but a bit different because we have different what do they call it? Different it's a totally different style. So the first thing I'm going to still do as usual is for this one, I'm also still going to measure. But before I do that, I want to explain something to us. My ruler is what I'm looking for. Thank you. So for this particular one, now this is what we are going to do. I don't know whether it's because this is shaking. It keeps shaking and it's literally not clear. But I hope you can see me anyway. So what I'm still going to do here is still the same measurement. I'm still going to measure 5, get to the highest part. So I'm not going to take time on that. Let me just take the measurement, then we continue with this one. I have some explanation I would love to make about this. So this is perfectly okay. This is 3.5. I'm going to be using my punch plier this time around. Now I think I need to show us the design we are trying to create, because so that it can have a better, you can have a proper understanding of it. Please come and help me get this Sandal here. Yes. So the sandal we are trying to actually create, what we are trying to look at is what we have right here. You can see what we have right here. So we are going to be looking at what is the appropriate height to use here. What is the appropriate height to use? Because I've had this question so many times. I hear people ask me, how do I know what height to use here, and a lot of that. So that's the reason for this. And also on this part too, I really want to explain something for us to also know. So now you know the design we are creating, and then we can definitely continue with that. So now let's go. From what we have here, the first thing I want to first of all work on is this particular toe part. You can see it, and that's the measurement I've made already. And of course, this particular part, how do I know where to position? Sometimes you want to first of all analyze your design before you conclude on, how it's necessarily supposed to look like. So I will be explaining 1 or 2 things for us, and I hope we'll be able to understand as well what I am explaining. Let me get all the straps first. I've already stitched them. I've cut and stitched them out, so you need to bear with me on that. So now let's see. So the first part is that small part where we have the front. Now this is the strap I'm going to be using right here. Now when you want to place this, don't forget we have already measured from here to here. We have already measured 5 centimeters. I've explained all of this. Please, if you are just joining me, please go back and go through this video again. You are going to be learning a lot, and I'm taking time to do all of this because I want everybody around us. I know so many of us have students also that we are teaching. Please, let's take time to do all of this for them. It makes them bold. It makes them confident enough to be able to try things even when we are not there. Please, if you are a tutor watching me, I just want to plead with you, make use of every opportunity to actually keep learning, relearning and unlearning, and help every student under your care. Don't just be engrossed in making them do the work, the orders you have. I do that also. I want them to help me with my order, and I want us to be able to produce on time, yes. But at the same time, we should not forget that they also came to learn. I know somebody will say, but they are learning with that. Yes, but there are some intricate things that you may literally omit, when they are doing all of that, because you want them to be fast and all of that. But if you take time, even if it is 1 hour or 2 hours, you split it, 30 minutes, okay, on Monday, on Wednesday, another 30 minutes, just use it to tell yourself, what am I teaching them today? Let them sit down, let them bring their notes and write. 30 minutes is not enough. They are paying for this thing, so I believe they should be well fed. And this you are getting, of course, for free. I believe so, of course, except for the data you are using, which is actually you are paying a network and not even me. Hey, way. So please, let's always do that. Now, if you have this kind of design like this, please, as long as you have measured 5 centimeter here, please, so don't place it down. Don't put it like this. Don't put it like this to pick the lower, to pick where it will enter. Please, never. As long as you have measured 5, if it is 5 you use, as long as you have measured 6, I know some people usually say, me I just place my leg and pick the point. Please, if you place your leg and pick the point, it's because you know how to place your leg. Students who are just learning don't know how to place their feet. They don't know how to even position their foot. That's why they are there. So please, let's not push them to the corner and tell them, but you saw the way I put my leg now. That's the way you should put your leg. It doesn't work for everybody like that. Some people just want to have an idea of the best way to actually, do all of these things, especially even at home when you are not there. The first footwear I was going to make while I was learning, I made it at home. When I finished making the footwear, I took it to my boss, and he was like, "Are you sure you made this?" I'm like, "Okay, I don't understand. What do you mean? Am I the one that made it? It means you are not teaching me very well. I just changed it for him. I said, "Sir, it's like you are not teaching me very well. That's why you don't believe I'm the one that did this." And I was actually the one that did it. Of course, I saw a lot of things that he does in the workshop, but I don't have that time. You understand, to say you want to carry your material there and go and work. You have to work from home if you're going to do anything. I told him I'm going to make my first footwear, and I brought it. You understand? So please, so like I said, don't place it down as long as you have taken the measurement I taught us. I have explained. Please put it up. If you put it down, it will reduce the length of your insole. It will also make their foot to be outside again. Double outside situation. So you don't want to make an attempt of actually putting it down after you have measured your 5. If you are using 5 or you use 6, I've told you the reason why that should be and how it will affect the length. So if you're measuring 5, never put it downward like this. To know where to insert this, please always put forward. So you put it on top of it and then you pick the point. You can see that I use it to cover it. Yes, please, you can do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch it. Of course, I don't want it to be too wide. I'm just going to use this to open it totally. So I just use that to open it, and I'm going to just go ahead and, insert it. I'm just trying to. So you want to put it in right here. This is too wide for me. So you can see that you want to be really very careful. You can see. Now, I need you to pay attention to this. I don't know if you can see how firm it is. Please, let me adjust this. I don't like the way it's shaking. I don't know whether you are observing that it keeps shaking and shaking. I don't want it to be shaking so that it can focus properly. So now that you can see I've already done this. I'm placing my footwear inside it, and then it's coming down this way. It's not like this. If it's like this, it means, of course, the style is totally different from what I'm trying to, create. So this one went down this way. Now you cannot, it's not like this, except you want to create a slippers. So we are just going to make sure it's here. Can you see that? And all of this one, as far as I'm concerned, this design, all of them, I'm going to be punching it right inside the insole. That's the way the design is. They are all inside. So I'm going to just put this here. I'm going to put it here. And just pick the position. You can see the way I'm holding it down. So I'm going to pick this lower part. Make sure that it is about 1 centimeter away from the edge. 1 centimeter away from this edge, please. Always 1 centimeter away from the edge. Like from here to here, let it be 1 centimeter. This is actually 1 centimeter. I don't know if we can see what I just picked here. So from edge to here, it will be 1 centimeter. I mean, anytime you are punching inside, especially if you have wrapped. If you did not wrap it, probably the side is open. Make sure you use about 1.2 centimeter. Make it 1.2 so that by the time you finish all of the edges using your grinding machine, it will still come back to 1 centimeter. On the average, that is perfectly okay. So now the next thing I'm doing is I'm going to be punching. So after punching, I want to place it this way. Now always cover it. Like I always say, please, let's learn to cover. Let it cover it this way. Before you pick the lower one, let it cover it. Don't do like this. If you do like this and we are seeing some part of it, that's one of the reasons by the time you insert your strap, it will now be showing like that is loose. Can you see this one? Perfectly tight and fit. So close it up, let it cover it. Then you come here and pick under. You understand? Can you see what I just did? So pick under it. This one does not have any, so I don't want to carry any form of, what do they call it, scissors, and be trying to utility knife rather, and be opening it. I need something. I don't understand. I was using something to push it in here. So you see the way I pushed it in. So if you are using your foot, it's still the same thing. Just follow the same process. If you want to know what length to use, follow the same process. We are still going to follow the same process. Now, all of this that I'm doing, I'm not going to be holding it down in any way. I'm not going to be holding it down in any way. So you can see this. So let's go to the other part of the design. If you look at it, you find out that we have another one. That one is going all around, and this is where it's coming. We also have this one right here. So the braid you can, I braided, what do they call it? I measure about 1.5 centimeter. I folded it and I braid. That's the process for the braiding. Let me quickly bring what do they call it, that out. I want to try to check. So you can see I've taught us how to braid on this channel. I've already taught on that. So what I have right here is the one that will be coming from here. You can see it is the right leg. It will be coming from here. Now the question is, how do I know where to position this? The major determinant of where to position this is your small toe. Now the footwear is not yours, so you are wondering, okay, this footwear is not my own. How will I know whether the size this particular footwear will cover their toe or not, especially if I'm using a shoeless? See, if you're a beginner, your best option is to put your leg. I can categorically, now that I already have a stop, this is like a stop on this design, just insert your feet. Insert your feet. By the time you insert your feet, you will find out that it will be able to guide you on where to place this on this particular side. So you can decide to insert your feet. Understand? Insert your feet to do that. So maybe I should get somebody's feet to show you what I'm trying to say. Please, I need somebody's feet to perform this experiment. Oh boy, please come. Yeah, your feet is not big enough. No, come. Let me use your own. It's your right leg, yes. So, let me use his feet to show us what I'm saying. Now, you remember I was saying it initially that if you are not careful, some people's feet, can you see? His toe is almost coming out, although this footwear is not his own. But I just want you to know that even if it is not your feet, but this is, on the average, this is perfectly okay. Now, when you are creating designs like this, one of those things I have found out is that if the person is wearing size 40, please, you don't have to quote me. I am only teaching what I have experimented with. If it doesn't work with you, well, it's fine. But I'm just teaching you what I have experimented with and what has worked for me and my customers. Now, this person is wearing size 40. I mean, the person's feet is size 40. This particular design, when I want to create it for people, I try as much as possible not to use exactly their size. I mean, the length of the insole. The reason is because there is a way, there is one way that this particular kind of style pushes their leg forward, and at the end of the day, the back of their feet, like this place, you'll be seeing plenty space. I want you to start observing people's feet. People who wear this kind of design that has, you know, all this kind of ankle strap here, and there is a strap by the two sides. You find out that when they are walking, in short, when they are walking, you find out that there will be space at the back of their insole. And that's one of the reasons I always reduce the size. So this one is 40. I cut 39 for her. The difference between size 40 and 39 in length is just about 0.5 centimeter. It's not up to 1 centimeter. So I just do that. I reduce it for them. It's about 0.5 or 0.75 centimeter. Yes. So I reduce it, and so that at the end of the day, when they are wearing it, no matter how much they walk, there won't be space at the back of their insole. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. I need to be sure you are getting what I'm trying to explain. So let's go quickly to our braid. Where's our braid? Where did our braid enter? Okay. So I was trying to let us know that the sole determinant of where this should be positioned, this one should be positioned, is this small toe. Please, you don't want to do it like this. This will be very painful. No matter how the person works, it will be very painful. So please don't position it like that. Just make sure that it covers this part. Like, put your leg there. So I want to just make sure you see what I'm trying to say. Now, so this one can now come this way. Move closer and let us use your feet. So you can now go ahead and pick whatever side you want to pick on this side. But this one, make sure it's like this. Now, don't go on, even if you do it like this, when they are walking, it will start removing, and this, by the time this toe comes out, it stays here. Why would somebody create footwear for me and it's entering in between my smallest toe? It is not making any sense. So I want you to know that, just like I want you to see the sole determinant of where to place this, I love to always make sure you see this part, you see this in between part of this small toe and this one. I love it when nobody is saying it. I love it when nobody is saying it, when I am actually creating any footwear that has a tiny strap. In short, if I want to put a strap at the front here and it's this tiny, I love to cover. I don't like it looking like this. Thank you. I don't like it looking like this. Can you see this opening? I don't like it, because at the end of the day, no matter how, when the person begins to walk one way or the other, it will be inconveniencing this smallest toe. And you want to avoid that like a plague. Like, seriously avoid it. So please, even if the strap is at the front, make sure, except there is another one close to it that is going to cover up that one. If there's another one close to it, about now, let's say there's another one like this. Like there's another one coming here and then closing it up. You understand? This is, you can leave it like that. But if not, please don't leave it like that. Make sure it covers the person's toe. Then you can bring the strap right here. Right here. In case it's a front strap you are positioning for the person. See, after you have measured your measurement here, even if this thing does not have tongue or ring, take the measurement. Make sure that your legs stop there. If it is your feet you are using to take the measurements, let it stop here. Like, you take the measurement, assume that there is no ring there or there is no tongue. Just assume that the leg should not exceed that point, and then position it like this. Like, use it to position the front part. You are good to go. Whatever kind of strap you position for the person will size their feet. I can categorically say that because I have experimented it. I don't come here teaching you what I've not experimented. I come to teach you hands-on, like information that if you try it, it will work for you like magic. Whether you're working for a male or a female. In short, if you're working with children, it's the same thing. Now, I think I've not talked about the measurement of the tongue for children in this particular video. I know in so many of my videos I've talked about it. So instead of you using 5 for this side, I normally suggest you use 3.5 and then 2.5 for this side. 3.5 here and 2.5. If you don't know what this means, it means you have not watched from the beginning of the video. So go and check the beginning and you understand what I mean by, instead of 5 here, you use 3.5. Instead of 3.5 here, you use 2.5. However, you can also change their own too and make it 4 and 3. You understand? So it also works like that. But don't forget that you want to walk with respect to the length of their foot. So from what I have right here, what I'm just going to do here now, since our own is going this way, I can move it a bit since it's already holding this one. So I'm just going to pick this point. Thank you for coming, brother. Can you remove your foot? Thank you for coming. So I will just pick this one here, like pick it here. So when I pick, I'm not going to pick the second part. I am going to punch first. I've told us 1 centimeter away from the side. Make sure that from the edge to here is always 1.5. Oh, 1 centimeter, please. If you are still going to file the edges, you are still going to finish the edges, make sure it's 1.2, so that on the average, 0.2 of it will have gone, and you are still going to be having 1 centimeter, fully intact right there. So now I'm going to still cover. I told us cover. Don't make that mistake of not covering it. Cover it. I'm going to cover it and come under it again to position. So I don't want it to go inside the way it went inside. I'm just going to punch right here. So this one too, I'm just going to use my punch plier to just punch through. Now you can use your utility knife to do it. There is no crime in that. So I'm going to place it right here. Please, if you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. It's actually a free live session, and feel free to ask me any question if you have any. Thank you to those who actually like this video. God bless you for me. Please don't forget to share. Can you share? Can you share on your status and let somebody join us right away and be blessed, so that their struggle over knowing how to position and how to last can actually be over just by you sharing this particular, live session. Please share it in your community. Let somebody just hop in and also enjoy this. Please do that for me. I don't know, are we still seeing what I'm doing right here? I don't know why this thing keeps not focusing. So you can see what we have right here. This is the way this is going to look like. You understand? So make sure your shoe last is intact. So I have picked this part. I'm going to also do the same thing like as usual. I will make it 1 centimeter away. I will punch, then place it on top of it again. Yeah, again. Somebody is saying again. Yes, exactly, again. So we are going to place. Don't forget, wherever you actually place your footwear, like the one I placed just now, is the lower part. So this one, the lower part, I pick the lower part. If you pick the upper part, when you want to place it, you are going to place it and cover the upper part that you placed, then punch the lower part. I place the lower part of this side, and that's why I'm placing upward. Please, what I explain here, like upward direction, is not applicable to others. It's not applicable. Now what determine where you actually place this after placement, after punching like this, is the part you actually mark. Like when I was punching, I was considering this side, just this side. So when I want to place, I'm going to place this way and not downwards, please, and not downward. And if while I was placing punching, I pick this upper part, let's say I pick here, I'm going to place it this way to pick the lower part. Please pay attention to that part of this particular lacing process. Don't forget, we are lacing to fit today, and then we are actually working on 2 different designs. We have worked on the first one, and this is the second one. Like I said, if you have any question, go ahead and ask me. I will take time to go through the chat and answer us. Yeah, please. And if you are watching me for the first time, please let me also know in the comment section. Probably you just burst into this channel. What is this woman doing? What is she trying to create? Well, I'm trying to create a beautiful sandal and a pair of slippers for us all to learn how to last from. So I can actually do this without having to come live. I just felt this will actually teach us 1 or 2 things today. So from this, we already have this part and this part concluded already. So we are going to be going to now. There is another one here, which is the buckle part. And of course, this part, most especially this part, is always a point of concern for a lot of people when they are actually lacing this kind of design. So we are going to go into it. Now, like I always say, you have to learn to actually experiment when you are actually just trying to get to learn how to do anything. Now, if I tell you that for this particular kind of design, you know, I normally use, what did they call it, for this particular side, I normally use two, like sometimes I use 2 inch. Yeah, 2 inch is 5 centimeter. I use 5 centimeter, I use 6 centimeter. It depends on the person's foot. Yeah, because some people's, this part of their foot is very wide. Is very wide. It depends on their foot and also the kind of design I'm working with. So when I say 6 centimeter, I mean this part of your meter rule. When I talk about an inch, I'm talking about this part of your meter rule. So sometimes I use 2 inch, which is also the same thing as 5 centimeter, and sometimes I use 6 centimeter. So I think you already have an average height of what you need on this particular side. Now also, let's talk about the position. How do I know where to also position this? Most times when you have this kind of design where you have, you know, something like this right here, I will always advise that you should not allow it to be too far from this edge. It should not be too far and it should not be too close. Yeah. So if I'm going to suggest, I will say that when it depends on the style too. The style too will determine where exactly to position it. But for this kind of style, I believe that at your 0.5 centimeter from this side, I mean 5 centimeter from here to here, 5 centimeter is perfectly okay for this style that I'm working with. And I'm sure so many times you have seen some style where just the ankle like this, just this ankle part is what is having this round shape here, just the ankle part. Also for that is, if you make use of 5 is also okay. Like the 5 centimeter is going to be from here to this side. I mean this one will be 5 centimeter. So you position it upward to open it and not downwards. Please don't do it downward, do it upwards to actually position it. Now I'm sure you have seen all this kind of design that it's only this place like this that has this, you know, that strap. It doesn't have all of these, and this is here. So I'm going to suggest that 5 centimeter to 6 centimeter should be perfectly okay. Okay for you to position this back part of this kind of design. So I'm also going to follow the same trend, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to measure my 5 centimeter and try to see where it stops. Now I'm putting this is where my 5 stops. So I'm just going to pick this point, then I'm going to punch that same point. So I'm going to pick this and punch. So when I want to position, as usual, I'm going to position upwards. Don't forget, it's going to be upwards and not downwards. Please don't forget that. So I'm going to put, I love to always cover, and it's because I want my design to always fit. Can you see? I want it to always fit perfectly well. So this one is not really wide, so I need to be very careful with it. So I'm just going to place this in there. Can you see how firm it is? On no occasion should you open and it's excessive. If you follow this technique that I'm showing you, I can categorically say that it will never be excessive. Except you are not covering the first punch. So many times, do you know what you normally do? You will put it like this and carry your pen, punch, punch. That's what you do. And that's why most times it's always wider than necessary. So punch first, punch the first part. Yes, I mean punch, be patient, punch, cover it with this one. And then try to go under this next one before you even mark it again. And see if it's not going to be firm like my own. I don't like it when I see footwear and it's opening, you find the thing is wider than the strap. Please, let's work on it. I find that so many of these little things are things that really affect the final outlook of handmade footwears. And people will be like, why is it looking like this? Why is it look? I've had people say they can never buy handmade footwear because it's not always, you know, looking very perfectly okay. So please, let's work on that. Now for this other side, don't forget, I'm going to be placing them at the same spot. So let me try to align it this way. I'm going to try to align it. You can use a tri-square if you have one. So don't forget, it's still going to be you can see what we have right here, and I'm going to also place it, you know, cover it the same way, and before you know, we are already through with this particular design. So please, if you have any question, you can go ahead and ask me. So don't forget, like I said, this part I'm just going to make it around 6 or 5.5, so make it between 5 to 6. Is always perfectly okay when you do that for this particular height. So for children, you want to make it around 4. Yes, depending on the age of the child, you want to make it around 4. Yes, 4. Those children that wear 30 upwards, you can use 4 to 4.5 for them. Then those ones that are younger, like a lesser size. When I'm talking about sizes, please, I'm talking European sizes. Please, I'm talking European sizes. So if you are not living in a country where you wear European sizes, please try to change them to UK or US sizes, or as the case may be. So you can see what I have right here. I'm still going to use all of this to duplicate the second leg. That's the reason I am not trying to hold them down. So please note. And also, if I say I want to be removing it and be doing it, I'm sure we are going to take a longer time, you know, in this process, in this our live session. That's why I'm just continuing this way. All you need to do for the second one is place it this way and you are good to go. So let me quickly pick the last, no, I think the second to the last part, which is, we also have a buckle part here. The buckle is around here. Yes, the buckle part is actually also around this side. So before we pick the buckle part, I want us to first of all fix the long strap. We have a long strap here. We have a long strap here. Okay. Yes, we have a long strap here. I love to always use my, what do they call it? My lighter to, when I see all of this, although this will be going under, but make sure you get a lighter to always do the perfect finishing for your stitches. So for this particular one, we are coming this way. We are coming from here and we are going inside this particular, you know, place. All right. So let's quickly pick this. For this one, we don't want it to be too high. So we don't want it to be too low either. So this is going to be here. You understand? And it's going to enter into this one. It's going to enter here. So it's going to go this way. It's going to enter into this one. Please just follow me as we go. And it's going to be coming out right here. So let's first of all try to see what this looks like first. So this one is coming out here. And this one is what we are going to be using for this part. So it's going to be like this. So let me just remove this to quickly position this part. Now here, I'm picking this part. It's still going to be 1 centimeter away. Don't forget. It can actually be, now if you don't know what to pick on this side, I'm going to suggest that like you either try to see how you can be at the same point with this, or you go like 0.2 centimeter ahead of this. That's about 20 millimeter. Please, 0.2 centimeter is just very small. See, let me show you here. 0.2. This is the first one. The first one is 0.1. The next one is 0.2. You see how small it is? Just that small part, you know, ahead of this particular, you know, point. It can also be at the same spot. Don't forget that this time around, I actually mark up. I'm going to open it downwards. So I'm always trying to pick down, but when you pick it like that and you find out that it's not aligning, please align it. Don't just punch that part. So this one is going in there. Okay, it's supposed to be like this. So this is what we are up to. The sandal is really, really very beautiful, you ask me. So this is going to be here. Now this is our buckle. In this case, it's not coming back, it's not coming towards this side. In this case, we have our buckle strap attached to this part where it's going to actually be going into. So this is how the design looks like. Let me punch this just for it to be able to stay in right there. So you can use that one too to know where to punch. Can you see that? So with this, you will be able to also know where to place this on this side according to what we have right here. You want to put this down, you want to also put this down and let this be, you know, a bit lower. Quite. I love what I'm seeing, man. Can you see what we have right here? So with this, I can also pick this part. With what I have right here, I can pick this. And this is what my design looks like. This is what my design looks like. I'm sure you can see it. If you can see it, come on, like this video. Love this video if you can see it. If you can see this, please love this live session. Can you see it? So this is going to be the position for the buckle part. I'm just going to loosen it and pick the position now. Can you see what I've done? Please note, you can use your foot to do all of this. Just sit down and catch your phone, as long as you are making it for yourself. Yeah, if you have any question, please let me know. Now for this, I'm just going to move in a bit. Don't forget, we are going to be placing it upwards. So it's going to go this way. I told us I always love to use it to cover it. I'm so used to it that I don't make mistake of placing that thing. So it's what you teach yourself that you're going to get used to it. I must say, I always forget. Before I know it, I've already placed it. Come on. Can you stop that? Can you stop that? You can always change it. Even if you are used to something, you can change it. I'm sure it's because you do it repetitively. That's why you are used to it. So now you can unuse yourself to being used to it. Oh my God. Please let me know if you have found this particular video valuable. Please let me know. Don't just leave me here to just, you know, talk all of the talk and just go like that, please. Let me know if you think this is worth your time. It is worth your time. Please let me know so that I will know that, okay, we are still going to be having another one tomorrow. Hopefully, God sparing our lives. I have some other lesson that I also still want to show us. And I believe that with all of this, you should be able to perfectly last your footwear. At least, can you see that the shoe last, the leg, this part is outside and the size is 40. It's a deliberate act. It's a deliberate act. I need you to know that. So that by the time they finally wear the footwear, you know, as the leg is moving forward, can you see The leg normally, you will find that the foot is moving forward. It will be perfectly the person's size. That's one trick I use when I want to create styles like this that has all this kind of strap and this ankle holding. I find that it's always pushing itself forward, so I use a lesser size for them. Yeah, instead of when you're walking, it will now be pushing itself forward. No, 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 no. Come on now, what do you think about this? This is quite beautiful. Now when you want to last this, you can decide to loose the braid and spread out the strap so that it doesn't look bulky. It doesn't look bulky. It doesn't look bulky. Please, if you don't have any question, I have a question for you, and the question is, what have you learned today? Come on, come on, come on. Let me know in the comment section what you have learned just by watching. Probably you just started watching. What have you learned? Let me check the measurements of this for us to see what it looks like right from here. You see, this is 2 inch and quarter. Okay, a bit above quarter. Let's see what this is. This is 2 inch. This is 6 centimeter. Can you see it? This is 6 centimeter. So let's check what this is as well. This is also 6 centimeter. You see? So it's something that I've done over and over, and I find out that it normally works like that. Where is the boy that we are using to sample our feet? Oh yeah, come and help us to sample this sandal. Let's see what it looks like on your feet. Let's sample it and see what it looks like. So wait, it's not your size. It's not yours. Oh yeah, let's go. Come on. So let's experiment and see what it looks like. So can you see? Can you see? The side too is okay. This side also is perfectly okay. If you want to reduce it, you can decide to reduce it maybe just to 5 or 5.5. But like I said, just between 5 and 6 works perfectly well for most people. Can you see what we have right here? This is simply simple and gorgeous. Now, let me let you know that if you don't want to stitch like I did, all you need to do is just to fold your strap this way. Now, you can see what I folded here. Can you see this fold? This kind of fold where, okay, this is you see this front part and like a close splitting style. Now for each of this strap, you will just measure like 2 centimeter. If you want it to be wider than this, you can use 3 centimeter. So what you do is when you measure your 3 centimeter width, you must have taken the measurement of your ankle all around. With the extra here, you should have done that, even including your lasting allowance. Make sure you have done all of that. So by the time you have done that, all you need to do after is, of course, take that length, use that length for the length of, the strap. I'm using this as an example. Use that as the length of the strap. Then the width, measure 3 centimeter if you want it to be wider than this. If you want it to be exactly this width, you can use 2 centimeter. I actually measured 2 centimeter. Apply your contact cement adhesive. I actually use OC High brand for this purpose. It's a general purpose adhesive. So apply it on the whole width on your whole 3 centimeter. Please, I'm just using this as an example. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about how I folded this. So you just pick it up, apply it, then fold it in and fold it in just like I folded this in, and it's meeting themselves at the back. And you can use it like that without adding any lining at the back. Yes, you can use it like that and it will still be perfectly okay. You understand? And if you don't want to do that, probably you don't want to fold it that way, just cut your strap out. Like, cut your strap. Let me try to show us what I mean. Yes, you can cut a strap like this. Just cut a strap. Then the one you want to use to line it, like apply gum on this, your contact cement adhesive, apply on this, apply on the one you want to use to line as well. Then bring them together. Please don't cut the one you want to use to line. Don't cut it. Let it be a full, leather. Don't cut that. Like, let me show something. Can I get a piece of leather? See at your back. Just give me that. So like this one now, when I want to line, after I have cut all those my strap, where is it? Okay. After cutting out all of this strap, that I want, their length. Now, if you know you are not folding it, please just cut your 1 centimeter width. If you are not folding, just cut 1 centimeter width. If you want to fold, that's when you should use 2. If you want the final output to be 1 centimeter. If you want the final width to be 3 centimeter, make sure that the width of what you are cutting should be as wide as 3 centimeters, so that when you fold and fold, it gives you 1.5. So let's say this is 1 centimeter, exactly 1 centimeter that I need, which is the width, and then I've cut out that strap. When I cut the strap out, don't cut out the strap of the leather you are going to be using to line. All you need to do is apply your contact cement adhesive on your main leather as well as on your lining. Of course, arrange the strap on it so that you will know the quantity of leather you need. Apply the contact cement adhesive on it, then arrange all of them on top of it. Then you trim it out. Please don't cut the strap of the lining and cut the strap of the main leather and try to align it together. It makes your work untidy, man. It makes it look rough. It makes it look cumbersome. It makes it tiring. So what you just need to do is just go ahead and then, pick up the leather you have cut out. I know if you're a beginner, it might be difficult to cut this straight. I can ascertain that. It might be difficult. I have a video that I used to teach us how to actually hold your scissors to cut on a straight line and the simple technique. Please check it out on my channel. You understand? So I was going to suggest that if you're a beginner and you're not sure of how to cut, Biko, just cut 2 centimeter wide and fold it to go and meet themselves, and use the other part that is clean, like this one. Can you see the way this one is looking? Can you see it? And I folded it. I did not line it. It will still work perfectly for this particular design that we are working on. Now, if you want to create this strap, I use what did they call it? 1.5 centimeter for each of the strap. I folded it in, then I braided it this way. So I believe with all of this, if you cannot create this design, I'm not your friend though. That's what it means. I'm not your friend. For those who have stayed till now, I want to really say thank you for joining me today. And for those who will yet see this video, I hope you are going to be able to tell me what you learned from it. Thank you so much, Anson, for releasing your leg for us to do the experiment. God bless you. So with this now, I'm sure you can see that we already have our footwear intact. So all I'm just going to do now is begin to duplicate it. Somebody will say, I remember one of my students will tell me that, Kai, so you mean you're going to scatter all of this? Yes, I'm going to scatter it. I don't want to go through the process of trying to locate the position for the second one again. Nah. So I'm going to remove everything, in short, everything. Where is this one coming from? Okay, it doesn't want to come out. I'm going to remove every damn thing on top of it. Yes, I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to place it right here to position it. For me, it's easier that way. It's much more easier that way. So, let's go. I'm just going to... So make sure you align it and you are sure. Yes. I think I've already picked this front before. I don't need to do that again. Can you see that? So all we need to do is begin to punch. You have not told me what you have learned by participating in this live session. You have not told me. So you can see what I have here. I'm just going to return everything back the way it was. So okay, it was like this. Yeah, it was like this. I can't remember. So let me just return them all. So the second one, I'm just going to also do the same thing, and the whole process comes to an end. So like I said, please let me know in the comment section if you think we can still do this again tomorrow. I'm going to also be showing us how to actually last some other designs, and let's see how well we can develop our lasting process with this week. Let's see what we can do with it. If you are on, if you think we can go ahead with this, please, I need you to say yes, 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 yes in the comment section. Please, I need you to say yes, 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 and let know that this is already a deal. We have a deal like that. If not, maybe I will keep all of this to my paid classes. Let them be enjoying it alone. Hey, yeah, hey, hey, hey. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. And of course, I'm still your shoemaking made easy tutor, Odrole Mujibola. I'm going to see you next time. Bye.